And joining us to talk more about the regular session of the Louisiana Legislature is District 21 Representative Andy Anders. He is chairman of the House Agriculture Committee. And Andy, welcome to This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Thank you, Mike.
Pleasure to be here as always, because you're kind of our in-studio guest this time of the year when we talk about the regular session kicking off. And of course, we heard the governor talk about money, the lack of it. Who's going to get what little there is, and who's going to see some spending cuts. As we saw in our program a couple of weeks back, the LSU Ag Center has had some issues with its infrastructure. A lot of buildings on campus that the Ag Center is responsible for have been in a state of disrepair for many, many years. Dr. Bill Richardson said it's difficult to recruit researchers who are trying to come in to work in those conditions. What's the budget going to mean as far as agriculture is concerned this year?
Well, it's going to be tight, Michael, and like you said, we've spoken with Chancellor Richardson, and I'm the biggest lobbyist, as I say, for the Ag Center for sure. And we're going to work through this, and there's a deal, as I always say, there's your wants and your needs, and to make sure that we get our needs, and we have to express that to the governor and his staff, because sometimes agriculture is the biggest industry in the state of Louisiana, and we always seem like it's put on the back burner. But like you said, I am certainly going to be right there with them to make sure we get our share of it.
I know the governor touched on a lot of things, budget in particular, of course, going to be a major priority in this session. But there are so many more issues, I think, that a lot of Louisianians are looking for this legislature to try to deal with. Primarily, one is health care. We saw earlier today the Black Caucus protested Attorney General Buddy Caldwell's suit that he filed against the federal government with regard to the president's health care plan. Where does health care fall into this session?
Well, health care is, as they say, that we've been battling with this in Washington. Now it's falling back to the state of Louisiana for sure. And we're just going to have to deal with this the best way we can with the state of Louisiana to make sure that we stay a viable state for sure, and with health care involved.
I know, of course, in your travels down here to the state capitol, you drive through a lot of farm country. You are from the Vidalia area, big farm country there. Farmers had a very wet fall, a very wet spring. What's it kind of looking like in your area as far as production, ag, and planting is concerned?
Well, right now, I said we're pretty much all planted with the corn. We had about an inch of rain, and there's corn coming up. So we've gotten off to a good start, but you know how things change, and we're certainly as I say, between all the global warming that Al Gore had, I think we put all that aside and had a real winter, and we're looking for a real crop this year after all that.
As we saw in AJ's story, we have a new Speaker Pro Tem of the House. Yet a friend of agriculture, Noble Ellington, was up for that position and just missed it by 5 votes. Can Representative Ellington still? I guess he's still going to have some stroke here in this House, despite the fact that he's not the Speaker Pro Tem. And you guys have worked closely. Tell me about that.
Sure, and that was a very close vote. And you know, this is the first time, I guess, since I've been here and several others that this has ever happened. But like you said, we're all here to do what's best for the state of Louisiana, and Senator Ellington, or Representative Ellington now as I call it, is very proactive in agriculture and will continue to help this area for sure.
Very good. Representative Anders, always a pleasure to have you on the program, and good luck with the rest of the session.
Thank you.
Representative Andy Anders of Louisiana's 21st District.